A light sea breeze kisses your cheek and carries away the smell of blood wafting up from the deck. In the distance, Fort Joy looms.
Don't stand between a prince and his principles. The Magisters learned that the hard...
A hard-fought freedom, sure. But if spilling blood is bad?
I've no sympathy for those who die in the line of duty. Especially as onward now. The sooner Fort Joy disappears from the horizon, the better. Perhaps the Seekers need help.
Pray that they may find rest. Blessings to our fallen. Pray that they may find rest. Sendelius, pray to you for my Seeker brethren. Show us the path to salvation. Pray to you for my Seeker brethren. Show us the path to salvation. Sendelius, hear my prayer. Show us the way forward. Deliver us from peril. Sendelius, hear my prayer. Show us the way forward. Deliver us from... Don't go any further, Godwoken. We need you alive. The ship won't sail. We had orders to search every corner of it and figure out what's blocking us. It's hewn from elven livewood. I thought I could communicate with it, but...
She glances over towards a smouldering pile of ash on the deck nearby. Something is nestled within it. Fragments of scorched bone.
That was Brendan. When the ship wouldn't answer my call, he touched the figurehead, and it attacked him. without warning. Just remember what I said, Godwoken. If you die, then this was all for nothing. Nothing. The ship is live wood, that much is clear. But I couldn't communicate with it.
Her eyes flick over to the smouldering ashes once again.
Thank you. We were held captive together on this ship. He kept my spirits up. Now he's dead.
Before you is a towering figurehead carved. There's an odd mark on the side of the figurehead. Battle damage, weather staining. It almost looks like a pattern, however. Searing pain races up your arm. The ship senses you. It's angry. The pain intensifies. It's spreading past your arm, across your chest. Your lungs feel like they're on fire.
Blessings to our fallen. Pray that they may find rest. Be careful around the figurehead. Blessings to our fallen. Pray that they may find rest. Blessings.
The figurehead continues its vigil over the seas. The detail is remarkable. It looks like it could turn around and incinerate you at any moment. There's an odd mark on the side. Searing pain races up your arm. The ship senses you. It's angry. The pain in your arm subsides to a dull tingle. The skin in your hand is already blistering.
For my Seeker brethren, show us the path to salvation. Pray to you for my Seeker brethren. Show us the path to salvation.
Spare me, Gareth. We got what we came for. This is what's...
I won't see them tossed overboard. Not here. We'll hold a proper service.
What's-his-face and so-and-so would want us to get this ship sailing before all else. They died for those Godwoke.
You know their names, Malady. Can't you even pay them that much respect?
Gareth inhales sharply, then catches you out of the corner.
Our guest stirs. Welcome, Godwoken. Glad to see...
Very glad indeed.
Too many.
One too few, actually. Alexander, he's alive. Apparently, you didn't hit hard enough.
He's in the hold below decks. Unconscious, but alive. Yes, we certainly had better, but the ship won't move.
She's mute. We need to free her tongue.
You're welcome to try, though I doubt it'll help.
What Gareth means to say is don't bother. Livewood will only move when it wants to, or, in this tub's case, when it's forced. That's right. The ship's made of an elven ancestor tree. What we need is a way to control the bloody thing.
The Seekers, the survivors of us, have been combing the ship from bow to rudder. It hasn't been easy. This place is laced.
These Seekers have such a lip...
We lost a man in the search. Malady might not appreciate that, but I do. And I hope you do.
I'm sure the Godwoken will be able to get the ship moving. They kind of like to feel useful, don't they? Hopefully, you'll never have to...
Blade Slayer, Worm Killer, Godwoken. You have many names. Let's add ships driftward, of course. Little fishing village. Not very welcoming, but Meister Siva's there too. My leader. She held the Seekers together when we had every Think of her as a teacher. The powers of the I won't let the Fallen be forgotten. I'd be no better than Dalit to think that whelp spawned from greatness. He deserves no better fate than his silent monks. He's down there now, guarded like some precious jewel, rather than Amazing to think those of us in the Order are the Godwoken. When Lucian died, we waited. We weren't the only ones who noticed either. We found Godwoken, housed them, fed them. But let's leave the past in the past and reach for... She's not. Well, not in the strictest sense. She's not exactly an elf either. I don't know how Siva came to know her, but there are times I admire...
Gareth fingers the hilt of his blade. He stares at nothing.
Keep Lucian close, Godwoken.
Ah, there you are. High time to stop gallop. Off we go, then.
I was just getting used to this seafaring life. Ready. We'd probably get tired.
The silent monk leans from one foot. The silent monk leans forward slightly.
Lady's a sturdy old tub. It'll take a lot to sink her. Let's team up, you and me. What do you say? Suit your...
He drags a comb.
Sweet divine. Oh.
Oh, please don't stare. It's tiresome. Yes, and had my mask not been stolen, you would still not see me. I could be an elf, a dwarf, human. That's the term. Alas, I am naught but bone until I can find a suitable corpse and a device that allows me to remove... But you're quite right. I am not of your kind. I am an... Thankfully, there are answers to be found. I simply need the only treasure worth digging for. I was investigating a site where several artifacts of my people have been found. Some were... Alas, I was not the only one there. Those red robes, they caught me when I failed to correctly respond. Still, it's good to be on the move again. They simply asked me what I was doing there, and I simply told... I may have used the phrase, damn fools. The faster we leave them behind, the happier I shall be. Is that so? Perhaps we could find an... I need to travel to the Black Pit's oil field, near Reaper's Coast. But my attempts at staying, given how well you handled yourself in Fort Joy, I rather think you could be of use. And I am certainly useful to you. So, how about it? I travel with you and aid you in your various chores. Really? There's no accounting for...
This boat's a treasure. Dallas wouldn't know what to do with her.
The door seems like any door, at least at first. Then you know the wood groans and creaks. For a moment, you swear a face appears in the wood. A face tortured, and the face vanishes. The door remains closed. It seems you need more than a password to open it. The door remains unmarked. The anguished face appeared. The door remains unmarked. The thud of your fist upon the...
Speak to me if you're looking for hired help. I've got good fighters of every stripe. They know how to. So, what'll it be?
The door seems like any door, at least at first. Then you know the wood groans, the face vanishes. The word goes unheeded.
We've braved the joy, and
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sabine in any sort of proximity, but at least she's on your side. For the... A young woman shifts her weight between her feet as though swaying her hips to an imaginary beat. She rubs her forehead, her face tight with concern. Her eyes roll up to meet yours, their great black pupils.
Hey, it's you! Well, 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 we meet again. Malady, the Seekers. They said you and I had something in common. That we're... well, we're... Is it true? You're like me? Well, kind of. You know about my, situation, right? Right. Well, I'm a host. Always have been, probably always will be. I'm never alone in my... You name it, I've chatted with it behind my own two eyes. I'm only hosting one right now, though, and it's a real... Malady said I should have met one of the gods when I had my vision in the Hall of Echoes, but I didn't. I met... it. I know. It's really... I don't know what this thing is, but I'm gonna get it the hell out. What's your deal? I'm impressed, Chief. Sounds like no... You know, I never was much of a solo artist. Want to find out what comes next, you know, together? Sure, whatever suits you. Anyway, see you...
A young magister paces around the brig, fussing over Alexander's unconscious form. She leans over and she notices you observing her. She straightens her back and says,
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance. Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the...
The Magister falls silent, but stares at you with unwavering defiance. The Magister's stare hardens.
Magister Ranley, Corker... Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the...
Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel. Magister Ranley, Corker's...
What's this? I found something.
There's something to these doors I'm not seeing.
You can put a price on the warriors I have for hire, but you can't put a price on the glory they'll win.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you.
The Seeker flexes her arms stiffly. Her joints audibly...
I owe you, Godwoken. Without your help, I'd likely still be a prisoner around here.
She nods her thanks and immediately winces, laying her hand on the back of her neck.
Good luck getting anything out of either of them. Our special guest is out cold, and the other one ain't in much of a talking mood. All right then, just... don't make me regret... Hope you find something useful.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate.
Get
away from him, sorcerer. That's the Divine. prisoner or not?
Being behind bars suits you, murderer.
I warned you not to touch.
Ifan grabs you by the sleeve, not hard, but
Let me work on him. I've got questions that need answers. Answers I can only get from him.
Ifan approaches Alexander, who lies flat on a bare wire cot. Though unconscious, Alexander's eyes are only half closed. Ifan grabs him by the jaw and shakes, violently. Alexander's face contorts with agony, and his eye...
Why did you trigger the death fog before the elves had a chance to escape? Why? What?
No matter how loud Ifan shouts his questions, there is no response from the unconscious Alexander. He reaches his arm back, and you realize he intends to punch Alexander in the face. He turns and snarls at you, the expression on his face so vicious you recoil involuntarily. See, without a word, Ifan strides away. Bishop Alexander lies supine on a bare wire cot. Bruises swell beneath his eyes, and a shallow gash zigzags from his right ear down to his beardless cheek. Unconscious, he looks more boy than bishop. Someone has wiped the bishop's hands clean and folded them neatly over his abdomen. They rise and fall in shallow, jagged swells. A beautiful six-sided gem rests on the bishop's chest, hung round his neck by an ordinary oiled rope. The gem sits heavily in your pouch. The Seeker has removed one of her gauntlets in order to flex her wrist. It bears inflamed marks.
You must be starved for company to linger around here, friend. Don't worry. As soon as she changes her tune, you'll know about it. Big bloody target on our backs. We took their leader and their flagship. The hammer won't you and half of Rivellon, friend. But no, he hasn't made a sound. He'll be in for a rude awakening when he does come to. I wish. No, the Magisters kept me chained to the bulkhead. Arms held above me head, feet barely able to touch the deck. Now my joints are paying the price. No. They had us down below, chained up in the dark. Maybe it was just the lack of food and rest playing tricks, but I swear...
The Seeker has removed one of her gauntlets in order to flex her wrist. It bears inflamed marks from where shackles bit into her.
You must be starved for company to linger around here, friend. Don't worry. As soon as she changes her tune, you and half of Rivellon, friend. But no, he hasn't...
A young woman shifts her eyes roll up.
Hey, it's you! Well, 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 we meet again. They told me you'd mosey your way down here eventually. Malady, the Seekers. They said you and I had... Is it true? You're like me? Well, kind of. You know about my... Right. Well, you name it. I'm only hosting... Malady said I should have met... I met... it. I know. It's really... I don't know what this thing is, but I'm gonna get it the hell out. What's your deal? I'm impressed, Chief. You know, I never was much of a solo... Hey, wait a sec. It looks like you have all the company you need. Till then...
No entry allowed through the starboard stateroom door. Please use the port side door.
The door remains unmarked. The anguished face appears once more. It dips its forehead towards you and waits. A shudder of pleasure racks the figure in the door. It seems to breathe. All of a sudden, all anguish is gone.
I am summoned. Speak the password. Yes, and yes again.
Just one more moment, please.
He clicks together two halves of some type of gauntlet sitting in his lap.
And there. Rescued at last, am I? To whom do I owe my thanks? I'm a prisoner, of course. Do you think I'd be sitting here calmly if that infernal Dallas woman left me trapped here, too weak to escape? It seems I'm in your debt. Dallas took a particular interest in me and my skills. She kept me here to do her bidding. Until you took her flagship from right under her nose, it seems. I've offered my services for gold in the past, yes. But my labors for Dallas were far from voluntary.
He extends his arm and pushes up the sleeve. Beneath, the skin is withered and discolored, as if it were magically
She used some form of domination device on me, forcing my hands to do her bidding, and I've ruined them in the... Oh, cast spells, tinker with relics, meddle with the laws of nature, all the sorts of things.
He clicks the gauntlet into place around his withered forehead.
But that damn contraption that she used on me seems to have fogged my memory. The rest is a blur. No! Necromancy is unsavory.
His face abruptly creases into a...
But come now. Enough of Dallas and dead cats. You've taken this... I'm afraid I cannot tell you what I do not remember. Could you pass me that copper wire just there?
An unseen force yanks the copper out of your grasp. Tarquin catches it and offers you a thin...
Butterfingers? I'm afraid I truly can't remember anything. Now, unless there's something else you want, I need to get back to my work. I'm doing my utmost to be civil to you, under rather trying circumstances. Why must you push me like this? Well, you're painting me into a corner here, friend. And I don't like to be cornered.
If this one was enslaved by Dallas, then he could still be under her thrall. We can't risk keeping him around.
The Seekers are too trusting by half. We can't just let this healer go free.
Anyone who faced enslavement deserves our sympathy, not our blades. Leave him.
He takes your hand in his gauntlet-clad fist and shakes it. There's a lot more power in his grip than his slender frame would suggest.
Call me Tarquin, and consider me at your service. must admit, despite what she did to me, I can't help but admire her a little. The woman is... So if you should cross paths again, be sure to leave her broken. We're barely acquainted. Why should I tell you anything personal? A fine sentiment, but I have nothing revelatory for you. I am as you see me. No! This piece is far beyond what those... The Magisters left me weakened. But there's likely not a soul aboard this ship without secrets they'd rather keep hidden. Why should I face more scrutiny than the rest? Well, pardon me if I don't put too much stock in your feelings. Knowledge, facts, discerning, educated...
I'm a monster. I click and clack as I stalk, my tail wrap. I suffer. Don't touch me. My very being was Tarquin, that wretch, that rat. I ain't me miserable. No, 'tis ignoble to wish for death, but our Mumsy, is she here? Mumsy, where are you? 'Tis I, Booply. There is no shame in being ridiculous in the name of love. She sent you?
The cat begins to purr and rub itself on your ankles.
Any friend to Mumsy is a friend to me. The song, of course. Trouble not my weary mind with duncery.
The cat purrs, an eerie...
Tell Mumsy to come back soon. Now that I am but bone, I'm too light to trip.
I've spotted something.
You thought Rivellon was flat.
And you thought Rivellon was flat.
Were those guards or victims?
Both, I fear. Pyramid. What on Revlon is this for?
A teleporter pyramid. Only one way to find out if it works. Try using it.
You after something? Looking to interrogate me?
And you thought Rivellon was flat? And you thought Rivellon was flat?
You saw what I could not.
There you are. I was just thinking of you. This is Dallas's ship, but she can't have been the... There's a way to move this ship on board, I'm sure of it. You'd be surprised. The figurehead has certainly caused a commotion lately. But then again, so have the doors, dying to hear them. Meister Siva is one of a rare breed. She'd do anything in the name of a... We'd better not leave her waiting. She's a bit particular. She's the founder of these Seekers, and she's powerful. That means your kind can reach astounding heights. A place called Driftwood hosts to putrid fish, putrid dwarves, and you'll probably find it quite...
May the fallen rest easy in the Hall of Echoes.
Gareth pauses, then shakes his head.
A mistake was made. Keep Lucian close, Godwoken.
I warned you, didn't I? What?
The figurehead continues its vigil over the seas. There's an odd mark on the side of the figurehead. Battle damage, weather stain. Searing pain races. The pain intensifies. It's spreading past your arm, across your chest. Your lung.
Hear my prayer. Show us the way forward. Deliver us from peril. Sindelius, hear my prayer. Show us the way forward. Sindelius, pray to you for my Seeker brethren. Show us the path to salvation.
You after something? Looking to...
Which way shall I fly?
And you thought Rivellon was flat.
This is written in ancient lizard script. It appears to be a song.
You...
Blessings to our fallen. Pray that they may find rest.
Before you is a towering figurehead carved in the likeness of a dragon. It looms over the bow, its fangs bared at the open sea. At that moment, the ship serendipitously creaks beneath you, almost like it is acknowledging your observation. The deck beneath you groans and trembles, like the ship itself is awaking from a slumber. A deep sigh emerges, unmistakably the sound of a living being.
You sang the song. Ask. I see you, sister. But I do... That time has passed. Thanks to the great...
The creaking of the ship beneath you...
You know my plight. My scar is etched upon him.
The ship's awake. Good. Is she ready to sail?
A slow, toothless smile.
To driftwood, then. It most certain forward.
With the sun on their backs and the wind in their sails, the God-woken watched Fort Joy shrink behind them. But their capture of the Lady Vengeance had not gone unnoticed.
I respect your mettle, Sultan.
We are ready, mistress.
Yes, but are they?
I swear, mistress.
Very well. Goodbye. This is my ship. I won't see it taken from under my feet. You, act!
Yes, mistress.
Oh, for the love of the void. Listen up. We can't win this one, but I can get us to safety. Show us what you can do,
God-woken. Parasites, rather.
I'll take care of it. You fight with such fire. Let's make it.
That burning, it's like a bomb in my belly ready to burst.
need more time.
You will not take me again, Dallas.
Kill me, we're all done for.
Stop her!
Don't stop. It's working.
You fight with such fire. Let's make it effortless.
It's like lava flowing through me. I can't contain it for long.
Die. Stop her! Almost there. A little longer. me, we're all done for.
Focus! Stop her sorcery!
Damn, I'm good.
With the help of the half-demon malady, the Godwoken escaped through the veil that separates life from death.
The air here has a familiar smell, like the place you grew up. A faint creaking sounds in the distance.
Is that a tree? What's hanging from it? Must be a way across. Ralik. The gods, are they dead? How can this be?
Before you hangs a great ethereal orc, his face twisted in a knot of pain as cursed tendrils constrict him. Before you hangs a great ethereal orc, his... A small, stout imp winces under the countless cursed... Tight coils wrap Tia Sendelius from head to foot. Cursed tendrils tighten around Solstiça. Her lips... Amadia hangs before you, her face cut and bruised, her chest barely moving. You lean in. That's no tear. It's source. The shimmering... Ralik hangs limp from the tree, cursed branches constricting him, snake-like from his helmeted head hangs slack at his side. But a barely audible... Hurry! Ever-tightening cursed branches constrict the great dwarven god Duna. His eye... Amadia hangs before you, her face cut and bruised, her chest barely moving. You lean in. That's no tear. It's source. The shimmering liquid... As the cursed branches slither away from Rallick, he raises his head. Green eyes glint with
Are we the first? The others, do they?
He strains at the ethereal ropes that bind him, resisting their...
You must make haste! I am bound, but not defeated. This is not the work of fate. It will come for our people. You are my chosen. Now you must become the champion of our... I have survived our enemies. You must do more. You are like me, proud, headstrong. But believe me, there is a... You have already unleashed some of the powers locked within you. But there is a great well of... You cannot stop until you ascend to the... You cannot stop until you become divine. Like Lucian, you will be called to unite the powers of the Seven against the Void. Like Lucian...
He opens his mouth to...
I hear the Void.
Rallick's face twists in fear. He opens his mouth as if to... White-hot cold pierces your heart like a blade. You are
What's happened here? Where is everyone?
The same troubled look is visible on each face. You've seen the gods beaten and...
The gods are dead. Long live the God-woken. If the Seven should indeed come to nothing, I'll be...
The Void has been pushed back before by the power of mortals. The gods couldn't handle it.
What can yet be blessed, can yet be restored. One way...
was certainly something. Yes. But if he's God-woken like us, maybe for now, just maybe, the Lone Wolves were tasked with killing Godwoke. It does, doesn't it? Set sail for Driftwood, I reckon. From there, we can track down my old pack and find out who's behind the contracts to kill God. Me too. A god I don't believe in told me things about myself I don't believe. Yeah, well, what can I say? Whatever we believe, we still need to live in the here and now. That I did. In Lucian's own army. Yeah. Stay out of their way. From the rank and file to the top brass, they're as ruthless as the wild. There's a reason I don't wear Order garb anymore. Drop it.
Everybody
hidden away somewhere, safe from the storm, I hope.
Not a soul down here. Just stillness.
It's so cold. I haven't felt cold in What happened? I just remember... Oh no. No, that can't be right. This is wonderful! What a fascinating experience! No more having to watch from the shadows.
The skeleton pulls a notebook from the folds of his robes and starts scribbling. As you walk away, you... She clenches her ghostly fists and sets her jaw.
Where have you been? I can't keep this up much longer. We need to go. There's no time. I can't hold us here. Brace yourself. This... a lot.
The chill of the Hall of Echoes clung to the Lady Vengeance as it returned to the shores of Reaper's Coast. The Godwoken were alive, but what of the gods?